Chapter 91, Friend or Foe. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The pack of rabid dogs snarled, scraping their claws on the ground before charging Liam. The ferocious growls were terrifying, and the sight of the whole pack coming at him was even worse. Liam remained calm, unfazed by being outnumbered. With a couple of seconds to spare, he activated his skill, Lava Rain. The corrupted black rain continued to fall, now mixed with beads of lava. The hounds hissed in pain as the lava seared their skin, quickly racking up injuries. Damage numbers popped up above their heads. Growl. Enraged, the rabid dogs leaped at Liam, trying to tear him apart. Liam smirked. He instantly drew his sword and blocked the hound aiming for his throat. Clang. The hound's claws scratched his sword, creating a screeching noise as the beast was flung aside. Liam didn't stop there. Clang. 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 He parried 3 more hounds targeting his vital spots. As for the rest of the pack, Sword Dance, his lean, muscular body spun, slashing relentlessly at every enemy that dared bare its teeth. Focus on the bleeding ones and use fire bursts. Attack the 2 on my left. Hearing Liam's instructions, the fox and the 5 undead scorpions sprang into action. If they had attacked from the start, the level 20 dogs would have completely focused on them, and they were too strong for either of them to handle. The level 4 fox would have been a snack in seconds. That's why he'd made them wait, but now that he had the enemy's full attention, he was comfortable letting the fox and undead join the fight, keeping the bird in reserve. Bang. 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 The fox, with its sharp eyes, picked out the most injured targets and shot fire bursts at them. The 5 undead scorpions stabbed the fallen hounds with their pincers. As they struggled to get up, the scorpions finished them off with venomous stings. Ding. You have gained 165 experience points. Ding. You have gained 165 experience points. As the undead finished their targets, the fox took down 3 more hounds, already heavily wounded by Liam. Ding. You have gained 165 experience points. Liam, meanwhile, finished off 3 himself. The big pack of ferocious rabid dogs, which would have terrified most players, was suddenly reduced to a pair of strays. Growl. Growl. The last 2 charged at Liam. He slashed at one while grabbing the other's throat with his left hand. He materialized a ball of fire right where its head was, blasting the hound apart. Ding. You have gained 165 experience points. Ding. You have gained 165 experience points. As the last one dropped dead, all 10 hounds lay scattered around, their heavy bodies lifelessly sinking into the red desert sand. Good job. Liam complimented the fox and looked around for any dropped skill books. No luck. That's all right. He put the copper coins he found into his pockets and placed all the dead dogs into his inventory. He then continued toward where he'd seen the red flare. Liam was still unsure of his exact location. Unlike the Gresh Kingdom map, he didn't know this area well. But if he could reach a city or town, he was confident he could roughly guess where he was. There would also probably be NPCs he could talk to for information. He just needed to find a settlement. After a few minutes, the group reached the area without encountering any other monsters. Liam walked ahead to talk to the 2 guards at the city entrance. It was a small city nestled between rocky, barren hills, and the guards were peculiar. They looked gruff and angry, with scales covering their bodies. They were clearly demon-beast hybrids. As soon as Liam saw them, he remembered something important. The event. He'd completely forgotten the significance of the event that opened this nether realm to everyone. When the nether realm opened, it was because the Divine Army wanted to exploit the chaos and massacre the beings of the nether realm. But in the end, only some human factions joined the Divine Army. The rest joined the Demon Army. Since that hadn't happened yet, there shouldn't be many humans here besides Liam, if any. More importantly, humans would be considered hostile. Damn it. Should I have tried to enter a settlement? Liam wondered silently. He didn't want to be captured and massacred, his death made into a spectacle. Even worse, He didn't want to be imprisoned by some lusty demoness and used as a sex slave, a common occurrence in the nether realm. He keenly observed the two guards as they stared back, each observing the other's reactions. After a while, Liam decided to back away, realizing this was his last chance. He was about to activate stealth, when the demon beast opened his mouth, pointing his spear at Liam. Chapter 92, Reeks of Death. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Spit or get off the pot, bitch. Which is it gonna be? Huh? The demon beast hybrid muttered, twirling his spear, still pointed at Liam. Liam was stunned for a moment. He wants me to go in. This guy really doesn't care that I'm human. What the heck? He was so confused. Even after 2 lifetimes, he still couldn't understand some things about this world. What? You deaf? That the other demon half-breed, the one with scales on his upper body and spindly legs hidden by his clothes, started gesturing at Liam. He snapped his swollen thumb and index finger. Money. 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 Got the copper. Costs 20 coppers to get in. You got it or not? The first one pulled the spear away from Liam's face and banged it on the ground. Oh. Yeah. I have it. Liam snapped out of it. This was the second big thing about the nether realm. Everything here was dirt cheap. He fished out the copper coins and handed them over. Humph. Go on in. The demon half-breed stepped aside. Liam nodded and was about to walk in when the other guard stuck his spear out in front of him, laying out the worst-case scenario. Hold up a sec. The guard started circling Liam. Doesn't this guy look kinda sus to you? He reminds me of those stinkin', uppity motherfuckers. Nah, what are you talking about? This dude reeks of death. Can't you smell it? Look behind him. That's all Liam heard before the 2 demon half-breeds started murmuring, glancing at the undead behind him every now and then. Initially, Liam had thought about ditching the undead, but now it looked like they were his ticket into the city. He waited a few seconds, but the guards kept chatting, totally ignoring him. So he started walking into the city. He felt a lot more confident now as he strolled along. Looks like he could get in and out without any trouble even though the Nether Realm event hadn't started yet. Liam took a few minutes to check out the city. Not that different from human settlements or demon kingdoms. The buildings and structures were cruder, and the crowd was a mix of every shape, size, and color imaginable. Liam was, in fact, the only human around. He was getting a lot of attention as he walked by, but everyone looked away as soon as they saw the 5 undead scorpions following him. The lesser demons and demon half-breeds scurried out of the way. Not wanting to mess with a necromancer, he could now open his map and see his location, Thal City, but that didn't help much, as he'd never heard of it before. Okay. Time to grab some quests and start grinding. Liam muttered to himself and walked over to a blue-skinned demon who was repairing a pair of leather boots. Demons, beasts, humans, flattery always works. So he started there. Sir, you wouldn't happen to need some rabbit hound leather for your amazing craftsmanship, would you? The blue-skinned demon looked up, scrutinizing Liam from head to toe. His eyes landed on the undead crawling nearby before he finally spoke. Oh. I could use some. You got a bundle of leather on you, ding. New quest available, ding. Bartha needs some leather, ding. Reward, 1 copper coin, 500 experience points, ding. Do you wish to accept the quest? Yes/no, Bingo. Just like I thought. The money wasn't great, but the experience points were. Liam grinned and immediately handed over the rabbit hounds he had put in his inventory earlier, ding. You have received 1 copper coin, ding. You have received 500 experience points. The blue-skinned demon accepted the hounds but frowned. These beasts aren't skinned yet, so the leather isn't usable as is. Ding. New quest available, ding. Assist Bartha in skinning the rabbit hounds, ding. Reward, skinning skill, ding. Do you wish to accept the quest? Yes/no. Liam nodded. I'd be ha! A loud siren blared, and another red flare shot into the sky, just like the one he'd seen from a distance, interrupting him. What's that? Liam asked the demon, ignoring the quest for now. Ha! You don't know what that is? The demon looked surprised. We're at war, kid. That's the call to arms. You must have heard about the recent decree from our Lord. We're actively gathering more resources for the war. So our warriors will be sent to different realms through portal magic. We'll scour and scavenge those places. And if we can't find anything ourselves, we'll just plunder it from whoever has it. Heh heh heh. The demon grinned and continued, like he was remembering a good time. Last time I joined up, it was a blast. Heh heh heh. We found a bunch of elf babes where we were sent and had a real good time with them. Not only that, we even brought a few back and sold them for a lot of copper. So if you're planning on joining, you're in for a treat. Heh heh heh. But remember, it can be dangerous. See that demon over there? He pointed to a big-bellied demon slumped in a corner, clearly wasted. Chapter 93, First Mission. You are listening at novelfull.audio. He was a good friend of mine. Lost both his hands in the war. So, wealth or misery, it all boils down to luck, kid. The blue-skinned demon grumbled gravely. Liam listened patiently, nodding when he finished. I appreciate the heads up, sir. I'll keep that in mind. Things were slowly clicking into place for him. Even though he'd never heard of this particular quest before, he had a decent idea of what it was about after the explanation. Now he knew what he needed to do to explore this realm further, and as a bonus, he might even be able to check out other realms through these invasion portals. This is definitely worth a shot. Liam clenched his fists, eager to get started. There was a tower in the city center where the flares were being launched and the siren was blaring. Liam headed in that direction. The crowd thickened as he got closer, and groups were starting to form. There were all kinds of demons, different sizes and shapes, mostly pretty grotesque, gathered in dozens. Liam cautiously observed everything before approaching a tall, lanky demon decked out in leather and metal gear from head to toe. He saw this one giving orders to a couple of other demons, clearly one of the guys in charge. Sir, reporting for duty. Liam declared crisply. The tall, horned demon immediately turned to look at him, his gaze lingering on the few undead trailing behind him. You know magic? The demon asked, curious. Yes, sir. Liam nodded, answering only what he was asked and offering no extra information. The demon continued to scrutinize him for a moment, as if deep in thought. Liam started to get nervous with each passing second. Then, without warning, the demon burst out laughing. Good, good. You came to me at the perfect time. With you around, I can rest easy knowing this mission will be a success. Ding. New limited quest available. Ding. Survive the mission and bring back adequate resources. Ding. Reward, plus 50 contribution points, plus 50,000 experience points. Ding. Do you wish to accept the quest? Yes/no. Liam's blood was pumping as he looked at the quest. This was crazy. To get the same amount of experience points, he had to clear an entire dungeon, and do it completely, which took hours, and from the looks of it, the invasion mission shouldn't last more than a couple of hours max. Not only that, but Liam noticed something crucial. The quest mentioned adequate resources, meaning there was a good chance of different tiers of rewards. If he managed to snag more than necessary, he might get an even bigger reward. What are these contribution points? Liam opened his status screen to see if there were more details and noticed a new term, soldier, added below his name, rank, soldier, 0 to 250. These must be the contribution points. So, if one invasion mission gives me 50 points, I should rank up after 5 invasions. Liam stopped thinking about it as he heard the squad leader's booming voice. We begin now. The demon pounded his chest and jumped to the front. Let's fight. We need to show them our power. We demons are second to none. Kill. Plunder. Devastate. After the pep talk, everyone quickly lined up, and the tall leader demon pulled out a parchment. He dripped some blood onto the parchment, and instantly a red, glowing circle began to spread. An inscription. Liam watched everything carefully. Inscriptions were spell papers usually crafted with mana, but this was the first time he'd seen one activated by blood. This spell can't be too powerful, he figured. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to casually activate a portal spell like this. That was probably why it was random. Liam doubted if the leader demon even knew where the portal was going to open. Just as he was thinking about the potential dangers they might face, his vision went dark, and Liam found himself standing with the demons in a huge grassland. Behind them, there was a reddish-black swirling mass of energy. That must be the return portal. Liam's thoughts were interrupted by the leader demon, who started yelling. Go forth and wreak havoc. Whoever brings back the most loot will get a special bonus from me. Hurrah! 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 All the demons immediately started cheering. The group of 30 then broke into smaller units as the demons scurried off in different directions. Wouldn't they do more damage if they stuck together? Liam shrugged. He took in his surroundings and opened the system interface to see where they were, but he was shocked to see almost no details on the map. World. Kingdom. Zone. Where the hell are we? What continent is this? Liam didn't stick around and headed out to explore. No matter what, this was a sweet experience reward quest, so at the very least, he'd get that. He ran across the vast grasslands, his 5 undead and 2 pets still following him. There was no black rain here, and the mana concentration seemed normal. What's even here to loot and plunder? Liam considered heading in another direction since there was nothing ahead and he didn't want to wander too far from the portal, but just as he turned, a loud hissing sound echoed. Chapter 94, Hissssss. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Liam drew his sword, taking a few steps back from the sound and turning to face whatever was coming. What the? 3 Lamia beasts stood before him, their voluptuous upper bodies barely contained by breastplates and their lower halves long, coiled serpentine tails. Blue-tailed Naga, level 30, blue-tailed Naga, level 21, blue-tailed Naga, level 25. It took him a second to snap out of it. He'd be a fool to get hung up on their looks and ignore their levels or the venomous forked tongues flicking out seductively. So, we're in snake territory. Liam muttered as he started casting lava rain. You two, run and hide for now. His pets scurried away, obeying instantly. These 3 Nagas were going to be tough, probably the toughest he'd faced yet. He wasn't even sure he could win, outnumbered, and with a 10-level gap on the strongest. While the raining fire distracted them, making their skin sizzle, he silently activated stealth and circled the 3 women. Liam considered taking out the lowest level Naga first, figuring his undead could keep the other 2 busy. That seemed like the only option, even though sacrificing his undead would only buy him a few seconds, but those seconds should be enough to deal with one snake. Casting a fireball, he dashed toward the woman in the center, who was slithering away from the lava rain. At the same time, his undead scorpion screeched and charged at the other 2 Lamias, who weren't waiting to be slaughtered. They drew long spears from their spatial rings to fight back. But Liam didn't let his prey get the chance. He slashed at the hand wearing the ring. Then went for her weak spots, hacking repeatedly at the Lamia, who hissed in pain and frustration. Her opponent's strength stunned her. Panicking, she went for her best shot. Venom burst. She reared back, as if about to spit something, and Liam used the opening to cleanly sever her head. He'd been aiming for that exact spot, as her scales were strong and provided a lot of defense, but after repeated blows, he'd finally landed a fatal one, taking one of the 3 out of the fight. Hiss. Hissssss. The other 2 were instantly enraged. Demon! How dare you kill my sister? They can talk. Liam backpedaled a few steps. He saw that his undead summons had already been destroyed, reduced to chunks of bones and decayed flesh. We understand a demon's tongue, fool. You will pay for your sin. The two Lamias lunged with their spears, aiming for his head. Liam grinned, easily dodging the attacks. He stepped in to meet their attack with his own, slashing at the weaker one. 2-on-1 wasn't too bad. He just had to watch out for their venom. Grah! You can't beat us. One of the snakes shot forward, her agile body coiling behind her, trying to wrap around him. Liam sidestepped to avoid the attack, but two heads and tails were coming for him. He couldn't dodge, so he spun, slashing his sword at every weak point he could reach. Sword dance, dot, sword dance, dot, sword dance. Liam felt his stamina plummet and took a few hits, but they were nothing compared to the damage he was dishing out. Seeing that they couldn't hurt him physically, the two Lamias hissed, releasing a huge cloud of venomous breath. Liam had anticipated this and retreated. He didn't let them heal, conjuring another round of fireballs, aiming for their previous injuries. The two Lamias skillfully avoided the attacks, but it was hard to dodge both the lava rain and the fireballs. They were forced to leave the venomous cloud, which was also where the lava was raining down. As soon as they stepped out, Liam was waiting, finishing the fight. Ding. You have received 226 experience points. Ding. You have received 845 experience points. That took long enough. Liam collapsed on the grass, stuffing berries in his mouth to recover stamina as his eyes spotted a drop nearby. Jackpot. A skill book. He'd only fought 3 snakes and already got a good reward. He crawled over to examine the book. It was what he hoped for. Venom burst. Liam instantly learned the skill. Poison skills were gold. He might not gain any insights on this particular one, but it was useful for leveling and dealing with tough situations. Okay, you two can come back now. Liam called his pets, who scurried out of a nearby bush. It wasn't much of a hiding spot and would only work if he was alive, but it was good enough. Good job, he complimented them. The pets eyed the dead Lamias warily. They're dead. Don't be scared. Liam chuckled and cast the spell to revive them. Awaken. As soon as he activated the spell, a sharp pain shot through him, making him twitch all over. Chapter 95, A Trap. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Liam stared at the notification as his vision cleared and the pain faded. So, summoning those undeads was a no-go. And he'd even taken some kind of hit for trying. Was it because their levels were too close to mine? He thought about it for a minute. That seemed like the most likely reason. There's so much I don't get about this class. Too bad, those guys would have been a major help in a fight. Liam clicked his tongue, bummed to leave the snake corpses behind. He glanced around and headed right, the direction a group of demons had taken. Soon, he heard a lot of fighting. Up ahead, 5 demons were locked in battle with 4 Nagas. Both sides had taken losses. 2 Nagas and 3 of the demon-beast hybrids were already down. Liam watched the scene unfold. It was a losing battle for the demons, no doubt. Unless he jumped in, of course. What the hell? He grinned and moved up, quietly hanging back. From there, he started slinging fireballs, making sure each target got hit at least once. He wasn't sure how experience points were being handed out, so he tagged all the snakes, then started focusing on the ones with the least health, trying to snag the final blow. The fox, standing next to him, was also shooting out bursts of fire. This was perfect. They weren't attracting any attention and didn't have to deal with that nasty venom. The demon-beast hybrids in front seemed immune to the poison, anyway, so they kept wailing on the Nagas. With Liam's extra damage, the Nagas started to fall back, but strangely, none of them actually died. The demons hadn't noticed, but Liam was already studying the Nagas, trying to figure out their secret. He didn't know much about these creatures, but he knew some could cast magic. Maybe they had a healer. Liam scanned the group, but no healer. Then, he targeted a Naga with only a sliver of health left. Bang! A fireball ripped through the air and slammed into the snake's head, finally taking it down. Ding! You have received 75 experience points. The demons cheered and started fighting even harder. Caught up in the excitement, the fox started jumping around and sending out more attacks. Liam, however, frowned. He still couldn't figure out how these snake ladies were healing themselves. More importantly, something else was bugging him. The Nagas were slowly but surely leading them somewhere. They'd already moved a good distance in just a couple of minutes. Liam also noticed that these Nagas fought differently than the three he'd faced earlier. Something was definitely up. Were they leading them into a trap? The demon beasts didn't seem to care, continuing to fight and push the Nagas back. Liam didn't want to let things go any further and get ambushed by a whole Naga army. His mind raced, trying to figure out what to do. Then, he remembered his second pet. He glanced at the Wind Ripper, which was flying a little ways off, and waved his hand. The bird immediately swooped down, zooming through the air like a bullet. It was level 9 now, much bigger than when it hatched. See if there are more Nagas up ahead, Liam muttered to the bird. But be careful. He watched the little bird fly around them, heeding his warning. Liam nodded, pleased. He watched it disappear, then reappear a couple of seconds later. Caw. 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 The Wind Ripper shook its head, side to side. You didn't see anyone? Liam was surprised again. If they weren't leading them towards something, then, maybe they were leading them away from something. Liam had a hunch he was right, so he decided to hang back and see what was behind them. He circled back to the area where he'd fought the three Nagas and soon spotted a group of hooded figures running away. Liam stopped, not wanting to rush in carelessly. There were 5 of them, and Liam wasn't sure he could take them all on at once. If only he had some help. His gaze darted around, looking for something he could use. Then he spotted the couple of badly injured demon-beast hybrids. Liam hurried over to them and quickly activated his new skill, Venom Burst. Sorry, guys. Nothing personal. You're just more useful to me dead than alive. He stepped back to avoid the toxic gas. Kohak. Kohak. In seconds, the 2 injured demon-beast hybrids choked on the venom and dropped dead. Awaken, Liam immediately used his skill, and this time, it worked. Maybe because he'd failed the first time and succeeded now, he even felt something click as he cast the spell. Okay. This ought to do it. Liam then hurried after the hooded figures, with the undead and his pets close behind. Chapter 96, Halt. Let #39, S not fight. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Kata, kata, kata. Liam channeled his mana to his feet and sprinted, circling the hooded figures. He cut them off, landing directly in their path. Bang. He unleashed a fireball, simultaneously drawing his sword. The 2 demon undeads caught up, attacking from behind. They lashed out, targeting anything within reach. Combined with Liam's quick, agile strikes, the hooded figures were completely overwhelmed, but to Liam's surprise, they didn't fight back. One of them lowered their hood, revealing a strikingly handsome face. He was a level 22 Naga, decked out in shining jewelry and armor. Something about him felt different from the other Nagas Liam had faced. Demon, stop. Let's not fight. What do you want? Who are you? I can give you treasures. Move, and let us pass. Liam's eyes widened. It was a dialogue, but no quest started. He knew he had to tread carefully. There didn't seem to be a set outcome, and his words would likely determine what happened next. Sorry, can't do that. I'm under strict orders to gather resources. My companions are right behind me, heading this way too. Liam even glanced back as if expecting them to appear any second. Yes, yes, resources. I can give you those. Here's a gold coin. That should be enough, right? The Naga hurriedly tossed a coin at him as if he were a beggar. Liam sneered inwardly, watching the gold coin disappear into the tall grass. 1 gold coin. Seriously? Who was he trying to scam? After a moment, he maintained a solemn expression and shook his head. Sometimes, it's best to let the other party decide your worth, or rather, see how much he could squeeze out of them. He was genuinely curious about this interaction. What? What else do you want? Fine, 2 gold coins. Isn't that enough? What more do you rats need? The handsome Naga became agitated, throwing 2 coins more forcefully. Angrier, he looked upset, but Liam was far more annoyed. Bargaining one gold coin at a time. Dream on. He shook his head again, and the Naga hissed. He was about to speak when another Naga stepped forward, interrupting him. Shut up, Razrarox. It was a woman's voice. She lowered her hood, revealing a stunning figure and an even more astounding face. The Naga slithered forward, her eyes showing anxiety. Stranger, we really need to leave. The fate of our entire clan depends on it. I will compensate you. Generously. Please, move aside. Liam listened calmly, but was inwardly shocked. Did she just say the fate of their entire clan? He was skeptical since her level was only 20, even lower than the first Naga, yet, she was also decked out in luxurious jewelry and equipment. Something was weird. Maybe these Nagas were high-level monsters with temporarily reduced levels. That was the only explanation he could think of. Liam nodded slightly, still looking hesitant. Seeing that he wasn't convinced, the beautiful Naga immediately pulled something from her robe. Here. These are my personal pearls. They can summon me twice to help you in any danger. She looked at him earnestly, extending her palm holding 2 white pearls. Seriously? Liam thought this was ridiculous. The first offer was better. Why would he need help from a level 20 Naga? Unless his theory was right, but he was determined to find out the truth. He shook his head and didn't take the pearls. I think you should probably use those to save yourselves right now. He replied, deadpan. The snake woman's expression changed instantly, and the man beside her became even angrier. Liam was mocking them, and not even bothering to hide it. You fool. You dare reject Her Highness's offer. Leave now, Your Highness. The Naga drew his spear and thrust it at Liam, who easily dodged. I don't care if I die fighting this moronic demon. I'd rather die than see Your Highness humiliated like this. The Naga shouted, finally. This was what Liam had been waiting for. Now he knew the Naga's identities and the treasure seemed valuable. But what lore was associated with a royal Naga clan? He couldn't remember anything like that. Plus, this could be part of a special quest. Now that he had the details he needed, he did a complete 180. Ah! I'm very touched by your loyalty. Such loyalty is rare. You have my respect. I've decided to help you. Please, leave. I will gladly accept these treasures. Liam said gravely. Chapter 97, Daylight Robbery. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Nagas instantly perked up, and the beautiful woman, all serpentine grace, slithered forward to personally hand Liam the 2 pearls. She was a knockout, her golden scales really catching the eye. Liam gave her a once-over, taking in every detail. As she held out her hand, the pearls gleaming in her palm, he suddenly grabbed her hand tight. Caught off guard, she tried to yank her hand away, but he wasn't letting go. Hey! What do you think you're doing? We had a deal. She hissed, clearly worried. Yeah, we still do. I just stopped you because you're forgetting something important. He finally released her hand. Huh? What? Strip. Everything. Clothes, armor, jewelry. Leave it all here. What? That the 5 Nagas were floored, glaring daggers at Liam. Pervert. Get away from our princess. One of the Naga guards on the right lunged at Liam with a spear, level 18. Please. Liam casually blocked the attack. He almost laughed at the pathetic display, but he played it cool. Even with their levels suppressed, they might have a trick or two up their sleeves. Better not to underestimate them. Hold on, hear me out. He raised his hands, signaling them to stop. If you leave everything behind, I can tell my buddies I wiped you out. That way, you can relax knowing no one else will come after you. He explained with a disarming smile. Oh. The guard glanced at his companions, looking completely confused. The other Nagas had similar expressions. They couldn't figure out if this guy was just robbing them blind or genuinely trying to help. After a tense moment, the stunning Naga princess bit her lip and finally gave in. Okay. This might actually work. Just take everything. We need to get out of here, now. A cold glint flashed in her eyes as she shot Liam one last look before removing the armor and jewels adorning her seductive upper body. Now, she just had a scrap of cloth barely covering her chest, and even her spear went onto the pile. The other Nagas followed suit, shooting Liam dirty looks before slithering away as fast as they could. Liam didn't try to stop them, he watched the group disappear into the distance, wondering where they were headed. Oh well, not my problem. Time to stash this stuff. As his pets and undeads watched him curiously, he pocketed every single item the Nagas had left behind, no time to check it out now. He just shoved everything into his inventory before any other demons could spot the loot. He definitely wasn't turning any of this in as a war contribution. Only after clearing out every last piece of loot did he collapse back onto the grass, completely relaxed, and take a deep breath. This invasion quest was turning out to be a goldmine, one surprise after another. Liam grinned, his chat with the hot-headed Naga soldier had given him an idea. He knew exactly how to finish this quest and rake in the maximum rewards. He should have thought of this sooner. All he needed to do in these invasion quests was survive. And to gather resources, he just had to cough up a few gold coins and hand them over to the leader. Easy peasy. Liam sprinted back to the group of demons and joined them in bashing down the remaining Nagas. He hung back, tossing out fireballs and practicing his skills. Ding. You have received 75 experience points. Ding. You have received 60 experience points. The experience points trickled in, and the fight continued smoothly for a while longer. Without any further surprises, Liam kept playing the team player, providing support from the backlands. A couple of hours later, everything went dark, and Liam's vision went blank. He couldn't see anything, and he felt a strange pull on his body. The next second, he was back in the Nether Realm, surrounded by cheering demons. Huh. That's it. Liam looked around as a series of notifications popped up. Ding. You have received 50,000 experience points. Ding. You have leveled up. Ding. You have leveled up. Ding. Your pet 1 has reached level 15. Ding. New evolution paths available. Ding. Your pet 2 has reached level 5. Liam glanced at the notifications, but he was interrupted by the squad leader. Got anything to contribute, soldier? Oh. Liam was taken aback by the hostile tone. He looked up and saw the other demons dropping equipment and other items on the ground, creating a huge pile. Yeah, I do. Liam pulled a single gold coin from his inventory and handed it to the leader. I only managed to snag this one. He said hesitantly. He wanted to test the waters by starting small, and just as he expected, the leader's eyes widened in surprise. Whoa! A gold coin. Amazing. You did great. You've made our lord proud by collecting so many resources. Ding. You have been rewarded 100 contribution points. Chapter 98, Fast Leveling. You are listening at novelfull.audio. 100 contribution points for a single gold coin. Seriously? Liam grinned, calling out to the squad leader, who was already walking away. Hey, boss. Found another one. He handed over another gold coin. The demon's massive nostrils flared with excitement. You've outdone yourself, soldier. You're showing some real potential. Ding. You have been rewarded 100 contribution points. Another 100. Liam had expected maybe 50, figuring the reward probably had a cap, but apparently not. He had to push his luck. Hold on, chief. Ah. Look what I found, another coin. He brazenly pulled out yet another gold coin and gave it to the demon. Kid. Where are you getting all these gold coins? Heh, gold coins, huh. I just picked them up because they were shiny, figured they might be useful somehow. Heh. What a lucky bastard. You've got amazing luck and intuition. And your skills are top-notch. These are the makings of a great leader. I'm betting you'll be leading your own squad in no time, ding. You have been rewarded 50 contribution points, ding. Your rank has been upgraded, rank, senior soldier, 0/1000, Liam noticed his rank had jumped to senior soldier. The contribution points were lower this time, but they were enough to bump him up. That's probably the limit. 250 contribution points for one invasion quest. I should jump into another invasion ASAP and see what these upgrades are all about. Liam scanned the area and spotted another demon squad gearing up nearby. In wartime, squads were doing this constantly, hustling to gather resources for the war effort. So, there was no shortage of teams to join. He quickly approached the leader, and the quest notification popped up. The leader was thrilled to have him, seeing as he was a senior soldier, ding. New limited quest available, ding. Survive the mission and bring back adequate resources, ding. Reward, plus 50 contribution points, plus 50,000 experience points. Ding. Do you wish to accept the quest? Yes/no. Yes, Liam muttered, joining the team. A few minutes later, the portal was activated again, and this time they were transported to a dark, dingy place. The demons scrambled around, trying to get their bearings. Liam conjured a fireball. He wanted to start fighting before his companions wandered off. Luckily for him, almost immediately, a pack of short, scrawny creatures charged at them. They had rat-like heads with sharp, protruding teeth. Kobold, level 18, Kobold, level 14, Kobold, level 19. That the creatures weren't high level, but there were a lot of them. They poured out from everywhere. Key. 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 Intruders. Intruders. That the demons who had strayed from the group immediately ran back. Attack. Kill them all. The squad leader roared, and just like that, an intense battle erupted. This was nothing like the grasslands from their previous mission, but Liam didn't mind. This actually worked out great for him. He nonchalantly moved from the back and settled into the center of the demon pack. From there, he started blasting fireballs, the fox mimicking his moves. He focused on the kobolds with low health, the ones already severely injured, and bam. Ding. You have received 10 experience points, bam. Ding. You have received 10 experience points. This is insane. Has to be the easiest way to level up in the entire game. Liam grinned, practically splitting his face in two. He had a lot of carefully laid plans, but this was a gift from the heavens. It was like those piñatas he had smashed were still dropping candy long after they were gone. Heh. Liam chuckled. Can I hit level 30 in the next 48 hours? He began pumping out more firepower, sending kobolds to their deaths even faster. The Nether Realm was definitely treating him right. The second invasion mission ended even faster than the first, or at least it felt that way since they were slaughtering kobolds non-stop. They had landed right in the middle of their nest, and that was all they could do. The gains this time weren't much, since the kobolds were just as poor as the demons. However, that was just for the rest of the squad. Liam, of course, handed over 3 gold coins, earned maximum contribution points and an experience point boost, and gained another level. He was blazing through the early game at an insane pace. Leveling up this way was efficient, quick, and seriously addictive. Plus, he got to train properly with a bunch of demons soaking up the damage for him. Liam was pumped and planned on keeping the momentum going. After finishing the second invasion mission, he immediately jumped into another one. This time, they landed in a rundown orc village. The village was full of common, mundane items. The orcs didn't rush to fight them either. In fact, all the orcs left in the village were elderly, women, or children. However, the demons continued slaughtering and looting, and Liam did the same. If he hesitated now, he'd face the same situation later. Only the strong had the right to survive, and only the truly powerful had the right to show kindness. Since he was neither, at least not yet, he simply slaughtered everything in sight, just like before, without missing a beat. Chapter 99, Slapping with Gold. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding! You gained 50,000 experience points. Ding! Level up. Ding! Level up. Ding! You received 250 contribution points. Ding! You gained 50,000 experience points. Ding! Level up. Ding! You received 250 contribution points. Ding! You gained 50,000 experience points. Ding! Level up. Ding! You received 250 contribution points. After the kobolds and orcs got trashed, it was the goblins and lizardmen's turn. In the blink of an eye, Liam was already at level 26, every single invasion mission he'd joined had been a success, even the squads in the central area had noticed, and everyone, leaders and soldier demons alike, was stoked, their success rate had never been this good. And they were rolling in it. The last squad leader grabbed Liam by the shoulder, showering him with praise. You're a true warrior. Your potential is unlimited. As a reward for your outstanding service, you've been promoted to squad leader. Good luck. For the Lord. Huzzah! Huzzah! Liam echoed, already processing this new development. He'd maxed out his contribution points by throwing gold around and running invasion missions non-stop, but he hadn't expected this. He could command a squad now. Did that mean all the demons under him would follow his orders? Was this a temporary gig or permanent? What about experience points? Would he get more now? After all, he'd be leading the invasion mission, not just a grunt. What about the loot? Could he skim a little off the top before handing it over to the higher-ups? Just where did he stand in the pecking order? A million questions flooded Liam's brain. He had no clue about any of this. Nobody had ever done these kinds of quests in his past life. Okay, slow down. One step at a time. Let's start with the first invasion mission. He opened the system interface and saw a new notification, ding. Your rank has been upgraded. Rank, Squad Leader, 0/1000000. Ding. You can now recruit up to 5 soldiers. Only 5 soldiers, he was stunned. Every invasion mission he'd been on had at least 30 or so demons, which was why they handled things so easily. What was he supposed to do with just 5 soldiers? I need to talk to someone and get the lay of the land. Liam stepped away from the crowd and started watching the other squad leaders. The process seemed simple enough. They bought the inscription for the invasion portal from a big, bulky demon at the counter, where they also turned in the resources. Looked like one was a prerequisite for the other, but Liam decided to worry about that later. After buying the portal inscription, the leader went to the front of the square. He just cleared his throat, and a dozen demons quickly gathered before him. Seems easy enough. Liam scratched his chin. He decided to do the same, imitating them. He went to the counter and tapped it. I need an invasion portal inscription. The big, bulky demon snorted and looked up at him, his gaze stern and cold. A newly appointed leader, he eyed Liam up and down, clearly unimpressed. Humph, looks like anyone can become a squad leader these days. What's with the attitude? Liam was amused. He waited for the demon to respond, but the guy went back to whatever he was doing after delivering his judgment. The invasion portal inscription? Liam asked patiently again. Heh. The bulky demon sneered, not even looking up this time. That'll be 50 silvers. Can you even afford 50 silvers? I don't know how you weaseled your way into this position, but don't think being a leader is a walk in the park. You probably just got lucky or bribed someone. Yeah, we get guys like you once in a while. Just give it up, join more fights, and get some real experience. Or maybe you'd prefer a fiery death. The bulky demon kept ranting, and he didn't seem like he was going to stop anytime soon. and Liam didn't have time to sit here and listen to him all day. He quietly pulled out a few gold coins and slammed them on the counter. That should buy me a few portals, right? That the demon, still rambling on, absent-mindedly looked up to see what the lucky stiff was talking about. A few portals? Did you hit your head? Ah. Startled, he jolted upright in his seat. He'd never seen this many gold coins in one place. His eyes gleamed with greed as he stared at the pile of wealth, his tongue darting out to lick his dry, chapped lips. He gulped and looked at Liam blankly, wondering what kind of luck this rookie demon had stumbled into. He was level 50, almost twice as high as the little demon, and yet he'd never seen such riches. What a rip-off. His blank look turned sour, and he seemed even more pissed than before, but in the end, all he could do was grind his teeth and pull out 30 scrolls for the 15 gold coins. Chapter 100, There is Always a Way. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Worthless crap. So what if you've got the dough? Huh. You really thought invasion portals were a walk in the park? Liam ignored the bulky demon's ranting and hurried away, stashing everything in his inventory. He knew buying so many scrolls at once might draw attention, but he had a few ideas cooking. Portal, check. Now for my recruits. Liam stood in the square with the other leaders. Recruiting for invasion. He yelled. He was louder than everyone else. Still, nobody paid him any attention. Not a single demon even glanced his way. Are they blowing me off because I'm new? Liam chuckled. He had a backup plan, so he wasn't too worried. He changed his approach and shouted again. Recruiting for invasion quest. Need 5 soldiers. 10 silver each. Huh. What the hell? Who's this guy? Finally, the demons noticed him. Some even glared, seeing his blatant bribe, but Liam didn't care. He got the reaction he wanted. A bunch of demons rushed over and lined up. Oops. Only need 5. Liam chuckled. He looked at the group and a thought popped into his head. He wasn't sure if he could forge any kind of long-term deal with them yet, but if he could. You, and you. Liam pointed at 5 young demons who looked weak and green. How many missions have you guys been on? None, leader. Same here. Nada. Me neither. Ditto. Never done one before. They looked worried, thinking Liam would ditch them. 10 silver was a fortune to them. Instead, he gave them a thumbs up. You're hired. What? Why pick total newbies? Leader. I've done missions before. Take me. Some demons complained, but Liam just shrugged. Next time, he didn't say anything else and quickly started activating the invasion portal inscription. A notification popped up. Ding. New limited quest available. Ding. Survive the mission and bring back adequate resources. Ding. Reward, plus 500 contribution points, plus 50 contribution points for each surviving soldier, plus 100,000 experience points, plus 10,000 experience points for each surviving soldier. Ding. Do you wish to accept the quest? Yes/no. Looks like leaders got double the rewards, plus sizable bonuses, making this incredibly worthwhile. Yes. Liam grinned, rubbing his hands. He was nervous and excited. For the first time in this new life, he had no clue what was coming next, and it gave him a rush. 1, 2, 3. A big blood mark appeared around them, trapping them in a circle. The next second, Liam and his group were on another vast grassland. They scattered as soon as they arrived. Even without experience, their instincts kicked in. Stop. Don't run. Liam commanded. Unlike the other squad leaders, he wanted to be hands-on. He only had 5 soldiers, so he couldn't let them run wild. Even with 20, staying together in a group or smaller teams was better. They stopped and came back to him. Liam still had the 2 undead and his 2 pets, including him. That made 10. Not bad, Liam muttered, looking around the grasslands. They were lucky not to have landed in a mess. He had no complaints. He took a few seconds to observe, and when nothing seemed out of place, he ordered, "Move. Follow me." He wanted to keep the pace up. The portal only lasted a few hours. They didn't have much time. Liam systematically explored the area to his right. "Fly ahead and tell me if there's any danger." He gave the Wind Ripper its usual command. The bird could contribute more if he visited the Beast Association. Both his pets were ready to evolve. He just needed to visit the Beast Association in any city and buy the ingredients that would boost their stats and make them stronger. They'd also learn skills, at least the Wind Ripper would. The Fox Spirit Beast already could. Liam decided to handle this when his 96-hour window ended. He could enter and exit the Nether Realm whenever, but he wanted to make the most of this golden opportunity. Things could change anytime, so he didn't want to take any chances and regret missing this godly leveling opportunity. "Let's go. Move," Liam told his small group. The level 15 to 18 demons could barely keep up, so he had to slow down, but Liam had his reasons. Despite the downside now, he had a feeling it would pay off in the long run.